Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about how Ed Sheeran could be the first British billionaire musician. Let's get right into it. Ed Sheeran, an English singer, music composer, guitarist and song producer, was born on February 17, 1991 in Halifax, New Yorkshire, England. He later moved to Framlingham, Suffolk, with his family. His older brother Matthew is a music composer, and his parents used to run an art consultancy when he was younger. Sheeran claims that he struggled with socializing with his classmates in school. His passion for music began at a young age when he was particularly fond of playing guitars. He was also a member of his school's music choir. Soon enough, those around him began to notice his talent. Sheeran underwent surgery when he was young, which left him with a lazy eye and a speech disorder. As a result, he was bullied and made fun of every day at school. Ed Sheeran sought speech therapy, but it was ineffective. He feared that he would be like that for the rest of his life. His father then decided to help him overcome his fear by giving him Eminem's records. Eminem's rapping abilities completely astounded Sheeran. He was very inspired, which greatly aided him in overcoming his speech disorder. When he began composing music and performing live, his stutter disappeared completely. Ed Sheeran understood that music was what kept him alive, and he was determined to do something about it. He soon began performing at various venues, eventually increasing to 12 shows per week. In the years that followed, he sold his CDs. When he was 14, he travelled to London to further his musical career. His early days, however, were not as easy. When he couldn't find a suitable place to sleep, he slept in subways and parks. He auditioned for famous singers, appeared on live shows, and composed his own music. Many people did not recognize the potential of social media at the time. Ed Sheeran carefully analyzed his potential and began posting videos online. It was at this point that he was noticed by a rapper who liked his style and asked him to perform with him. His online presence quickly became well known. Sheeran knew that if he wanted to make it big in the music industry, he needed to go to America. In LA, he tried to contact as many music personalities as he could, and one day he was noticed by Jamie Foxx, a local radio host. He began recording at Jamie's studio and quickly reached number 2 on iTunes, after which he was approached by Atlantic Records. This aided him in the creation of his own music album. Plus, it eventually became a hit, reaching number 1 in the United States and the United Kingdom. In 2016, he received the Grammy Award for Best Song of the Year. Today, he is worth about $260 million. According to the Sunday Times Music Rich List, Ed Sheeran could become the first British billionaire musician after another golden year saw his wealth reportedly increase by $40 million. With an estimated total wealth of $260 million, the Suffolk singer-songwriter ranks 10th on the annual list of UK and Irish artists. Sir Paul McCartney tops the list with an $865 million fortune, which he shares with his American wife Nancy Chevelle, but the list compiler believes Sheeran will surpass him to $1 billion if his current trajectory continues. Andrew Lloyd Webber's fortune has dropped by $30 million to $495 million as a result of the impact of COVID-19 on the theatre world, but he remains number 3. He recently announced the closure of Cinderella, his new West End musical, which had been repeatedly postponed due to the pandemic. As he released his 3rd solo album, former One Direction star Harry Styles adds $25 million to his fortune, making him the wealthiest musician under the age of 30 with $100 million. In recent years, the singer has embarked on a North American tour and released his 2nd album, Fine Line, to positive reviews. Dua Lipa has risen to 2nd place on the list of young musicians, drawing equal with girl group Little Mix, after increasing her fortune by $24 million to a total of $60 million. After selling his music rights to Universal Music earlier this year, Sting, the former frontman of The Police, increased his personal fortune by $100 million to around $320 million. He was the most recent well-known artist to sell the rights to their back catalogue. Universal is expected to pay $300 million for Bob Dylan's entire song collection in December 2020. Dublin stadium rockers U2 topped the list with a combined net worth of $625 million, while former One Direction member Niall Horan is the country's wealthiest young musician with a net worth of $52 million. Robert Watts, compiler of the Sunday Times Rich List, said, "Selling their music rights has proved extremely lucrative for many of the older acts on the Music Rich List, especially those who had quite pandemics. We expect the post-COVID return to touring will see many of these singers and bands earn well this year and next. It seems old musicians never retire, they just get richer." He then added, "Another golden year for Ed Sheeran leads us to believe he may in time pip Paul McCartney to become the first British billionaire musician." That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.